trifecta of away games. It's now done. It's another defeat here on the road, but give us your perspective of the 95 that we've just seen there.
I think Darlington were a better team on the night. There's no point studying making excuses about what ifs. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I feel like they were the better team than that. I'd accepted that at half time. They'd had a good half. Still had moments in the first half where I believe they're very good moments. But listen, it's not meant to be, and it hasn't meant to be over the last 6 or 7 games. It's all good and well saying we fell the wrong side last week and Tuesday and Saturday before. Whereas tonight, that's not been the case. They was the better team, and I've got to take my medicine.
And then in terms, I say, learnings that you've had on tonight, is it one of those where players have not necessarily stepped out of line, but not performed to the standards that you set, especially from early on in the season?
Been playing Darlington for 12, 13 years. I don't recall it ever being an easy game coming away to Darlington, especially on a Tuesday night. You got to roll your sleeves up. You've got to fight for every single ball. I'm not standing here saying we haven't done that. I just feel like they was better in moments tonight. They executed their chances. Everybody will talk about the first goal. Was it a foul? I get sick of studies saying what if, was it a foul? The fact of the matter is he didn't give the foul. They've gone up the other end and scored. Whereas 2 minutes before that, we go through 2v2, make the wrong decision, fine margins, getting at half time, 1-0 down. The challenge is go win the second half. You take at least a point. Tweaking formation, which I have to take responsibility for. As much information as I can pass on to the subs, I've been playing football and managing long enough to know that sometimes players only care about themselves and can't commute and take on board. And why should they? Because there's enough sort of pressure on them going and performing themselves. And I just feel like if there was a stoppage in play at the time, we'd maybe get a little bit more information on. Naivety from my side, I'll take full responsibility from that. But, once we change the shape at 1-0, I feel like we got some real good momentum in the game for a good 10 minutes. Didn't really quite get the message on in terms of what it looked like out of possession. And then Darlington score 2-0. Not going to say game's dead and buried because we go up the other end and Tyler has 2 very good chances, 2 very good saves by the keeper. And if the ball goes in, we're back in the game. So for 75 minutes, we're in a game of football. That's the positive. If there's any positive to take after the night, we're in every game of football that we've played over the last 6 or 7 games. Disappointed with the performance tonight, which I've not said that often, and obviously disappointed with the result. The fact that we have to play 15 minutes with 10 men again is a real concern. Again, naive from my side using all subs. I'll take it. I have to. I make the decision to put the subs on. And obviously Brad's pulled up with his hamstring. So, having to play the last 15 minutes again for the last 3 games with 10 men is never good. And they get the third goal, which I'm not going to say flattered them because they had some good pressure. They built good pressure, especially shooting into that goal. But I've just said it to the lads and I'll say it now. Performance-wise, not good enough. Result, not good enough. But desire, can't really question that. We just wasn't good enough on the night, and that's what I'll accept.
I was going to say, we stand there like week in, week out, saying we'll take these defeats on the chin. How do you get us out of this kind of bad run form that we find ourselves in?
I have to trust in the players, and I've just said to them then, I'm a 41-year-old man. If it's me, then pull me. If you have to do it over a phone, over a text, maybe you want to come and see me in the office before or after training, come and see me. If it's me and it's the shape, it's the personnel, I'll take that. But I've met a lot of managers in football, and I'd like to think they don't come across as honest as what I do. I'll be the first to hold me up when I feel like I'm wrong. I don't like to brag when I'm right because it's just not who I am. But there's a concern that we haven't won in 6. Like I say, 5 games prior to tonight, I feel like we've been in every game of football and us look as good as the opposition. Whereas tonight, I just feel like Darlington was better for 90 minutes, and they was rewarded with the 3 points and well deserved.
And then obviously looking ahead now to Kiddie now on Saturday afternoon, back at home after these 3 away games. Obviously we'll be at training on Thursday. You do the work there. What you thinking personally ahead of that now?
Doesn't get any easier, does it? Kidderminster, I think they've gone third tonight. Another good side. We can use the buzzword that they're full-time side. These aren't full-time, and I've just absolutely, I like it. They look fitted, they look stronger on the night. Credit to them. We just need to, again, same buzzwords, week in, week out off the back of a defeat. What can we do different? And I've just said to the lads, I feel like I've done too much diligence over the last 4 or 5 weeks in terms of the opposition when really I should maybe concentrate on what we're good at. But I can't affect what we're good at on the pitch. The players have to do that. And we've had so much territory in games of football where we've not executed our small chances, good chances, and players, no doubt, because I don't question the integrity, should take that accountability, which I believe they do. But it's dead easy to sit there when you've been defeated and go, "Yeah, it was my fault. Could you have done a little bit more? I think I could have bit more." An hallmark of me as a person is leave absolutely everything out there, and if you couldn't have done any more, then that's all we can do as a human being, because we're only human beings. We're not robots. When we get tired, if we're tired because we've worked as hard as we can, then I can take that, and that's why we have substitutions. I'm not at that point, or don't want to ever get to that point where I'm questioning that. I just feel like this confidence is low, and so it should be. We've not won in 6, but you can't just go a bad team overnight. That's not what you can do. We've throughout the season we've been a stay in the playoffs. We've found ourselves out of it. It's now out of our control, and we'll see what we are as a group. Not the football club, not the supporters, because they're there through thick and thin. We as a management team, coaching staff, and players will find out what we're about with 7 games to go.
Cheers, man. Thank you.